Hello, fellow collectors. Today we're going to be talking about DC Multiverse, DC versus Vampires, Batman. And as we can see here, we have Batman with an axe, and he has a little Batman symbol on it. He has a gold label. So on the side we have Batman. On the back we have a nice picture of Batman as a vampire. And we see Batman DC versus Vampires. And on the side here, we have DC versus Vampires. So if we pull this guy up to get a scale and knock over some fair characters in the way, we'll see that this comes in at 12.2 ounces. So let's get this guy out of the box. How cool he is. Okay, now as we look at the artwork on the card, we can flip it over in the back. You can see this is the same type of spiel that they have been running ever since the Batman figures. I wish they would have made this strictly for DC versus Vampires, but they did not. So as we turn on the light and bring in this guy in, we can see the axe has some notches in it, the Batman logo on both sides. Some nice detail, and has a spike at the end. It's a nice accessory. We bring in the Batman himself, and we can see he has this nice face sculpt, and these eyes almost glow. Oh yeah, it's kind of nice, right? We see he has a little bit of damage up here at the top of his cowl. It's a nice touch there. We see the big bat logo, and we see this dark gray outfit that he's wearing. He does have a soft rubber cape, and you'll see it's wrapping around the front here. If you're saying this figure looks vaguely similar to another one, you would be right. This is the Hush Batman mold that's being reused, just as the Joker was one of the prior versions itself. We can have Batman stand here, and if I bring in Hush Batman, you can see the similarities. The chest, this the size, the utility belt. So you'll see the cape also wraps around. It's fine if they use it because he is a vampire now. So this version would be gone. He would be just this, right? Right. All right, so as we look at the character himself, we see that the head can look up a little bit. You'll see it turns at the neck and not the top of the head. It can look down without a problem. Look left and look right at you. Ugh. Very nice touch on those eyes. So as we look at his arms, they can rotate all the way out. And he does have the bicep swivel, the double bend at the elbow. And if you'll notice, bring it in a little bit closer, he does have blood on his hands, which is a nice touch on both of them. A little dark to notice that, but you have to get real close. Now as far as Abby Crunch goes, he does good, does that, and rotates at the waist, just like the Hush version does. Now forward and back, that's pretty good. And split-wise, he does a very good Von Damme. So there is no thigh swivel, but we do have the normal bend at the knee, double bend, and we have a toe bend, and his ankle is on the ball joint. So you'll notice one thing when you do play with this guy. It is definitely a dark version of the Batman. You know, I could definitely see Batman embracing this, that he can scare more villains than he ever would as a normal man. The only downside would be the blood, right? So if we let him fall down, and we'll bring him back up. Let's try to get him standing up here so I can get my tape measure before he falls back down. You see the Batman comes in at 7.5, which is about the same size as that version prior, the Hush version. So if we bring in Batman Rebirth and throw him down at the Batman here, the DC version Batman, we can see he does come in just a little bit shorter. Yeah, so it's one of those things is like I wish they would have all the Batman the same height, But I don't think any version did that. And some people say, oh no, the DC, no. DC Direct, DC Classics, and the icons are all different sizes. So, okay. So we see that this Stormtrooper is smaller as well as a Marvel Legends. So, if you like the DC version of the storyline, then this Batman is a great figure to have. If you remember. So, if you like the DC comics, like the DC Universe, Batman, this, like I say, is just the reuse of the Hush mold. But those eyes get you, man. So until next time, guys, like, subscribe, and keep collecting.